Well, hello everybody. Welcome to this Thursday, April 30th edition of the Facebook Q&A here. I'm Dr. Brandon, as you know, and I just want to welcome you all joining in and checking in on this rainy last day of April here. So if you are here and you are on, go ahead and then drop your name in the comment box and let me know that you're here. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and jump right into this here. And I want to just check in on where you at. How has your week been going here? Okay. How has everything been going in your world? I know there's a lot of things and the routines are different among my clients that I'm seeing here on a weekly basis. And, lifestyle is changing. Life is changing. They have this new norm out there. So I know there's still a lot of uncertainties in there and a lot of unknowns, but I want to know, where are you at? The kids are home, right? Kids are still home from school. How's the teaching coming along with the kids? Maybe you are a teacher. Maybe you're on the other end and trying to figure out this technology and working tirelessly to be able to get the information out to the kids. So on behalf of myself, I just want to say, thank you for, if you're a teacher out there, thank you if you're a parent, and if you're a student watching, thank you. Patience is key here, okay? And we're all going to get through this together, so we take it one day at a time. So what about any other folks that might be working from home, working remotely now? How's that going for you? How are their office ergonomics? We've been getting in, a lot of people have been talking about their posture and hunching forward and working off of a laptop at the kitchen table or on the couch and things like that. So probably less than ideal circumstances as far as your posture is concerned. How are we doing with that? How are we doing with our nutrition? Last week we really talked a lot about the proper food to be eating to help keep our body healthy, help support our immune system, and then lower our inflammatory levels of the body. How are we doing on that? Because I know with a lot of stress, a lot of isolation, is that those comfort foods look very enticing, and that we have a tendency to lean towards those, okay? But those comfort foods are the ones that will increase your inflammation. What are those comfort foods, you might ask? Well, that would be like anything with the wheat or gluten in it. So think of breads, pastas, cereals, those type of things. The next thing would be anything with processed sugar. Okay, processed sugar for sure can definitely cause increased inflammation, but it'll also weaken your immune system. When you consume processed sugar, your immune system is paralyzed for the next 4 hours. Okay, other things would be dairy, anything involving cow's milk, and then corn and soy. Those are the most highly inflammatory foods that are out there today. So how are we doing with the nutrition? How are we doing with the water? Okay, we staying hydrated. Are we intentional with our water? We getting our water in these days? So how are we doing with that? How about sleep? I've been having a lot of people coming in and having disturbances in their sleep. They're going to bed later. They're waking up later. Their whole rhythms and routines have been thrown off, so on and so forth. And then what about your mindset? How are we doing up top here? Okay, that's the biggie. All this stress, fear, worry, and anxiety. How's that affecting your physiology? How's that affecting your body function? And what ripple effects is that having throughout the rest of your body? So how are we doing with that? And then ultimately, how are we doing with your nerve function? Okay. The reason why I say nerve function is you don't want your spine getting on your nerves. And it's important, it's vital that your nervous system is working optimally these days, because that's the system that controls every other system in your body, including your immune system. So I'm very excited to let you know that we've rolled out a new test. So when you come in, and part of your evaluation for us to get objective data on your nervous system is doing a specific test, and it's called the surface EMG, where then we're taking these paddles here, if you will, and then we're pressing them against the skin, and we're going down the spine, and it's measuring muscle tension. So it's giving us feedback on your muscle tension and stress within the body in the relation to your nervous system. We also have the rolling thermal. So we take the scanner and we roll right up your spine. We're measuring temperature on each side of the spine. And research shows us how your autonomic nervous system, your fight or flight stress response, how it's adapting to stressors. Okay. And thank you all for joining. I can't see who is on right now, but if you just type your name, I see Dr. Travis is here. He's dropped a couple questions and comments in the box. So please type your name in, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. We'd love to hear from you. And if you got a question for us, type it into the chat box and I'll get to it. And then the third test, this is a new test, super excited about it. It's called heart rate variability. If you've never had this test done before, which you probably have not, they don't do it in the medical setting. This is measuring your body's adaptability to stress. And if we look at what the true definition of wellness is it's your body's ability to readily adapt to stress and demand in the environment. So how well is your body adapting? How well is your body adapting to the stress? I think we can all agree that modern life is unnaturally stressful to begin with. But with all the stress, all the chaos, all the uncertainties, all the distractions going on, that could pull us away from our optimal health and well-being. And we end up over here more towards disease, illness, and sickness. And I know you don't want that. So you take all three of those tests, you combine it together, and we get a core score. And you're going to get a grade of an A, a B, a C, or D, or an F. We can see exactly how your nervous system is adapting to the stress. Really cool stuff. And so if we haven't had one of those scans done in a while, let's get a new one. Let's get some updated findings here of how your body's adapting with all this new stress. And then we can get this core score printed out. And this will help guide Dr. Travis, myself, on giving you the optimal recommendations for your chiropractic care, and then also being your health coach for outside of this office on directing you on the actions and behaviors to be taken to help minimize any backsliding that occurs between your chiropractic adjustments. So we got tons of questions that came in. I appreciate everybody that had sent their questions in. So let's roll into some of these specific questions about lifestyle. We've talked about kind of the big picture of how your body is adapting and your lifestyle is adapting and where do we need to pivot now moving forward so we still end up for ideal health and well-being here and keeping our body strong. Remember, I talked to you at the webinar about you are a superhero with superpowers, and there's certain lifestyle behaviors and actions that will either strengthen and make your body more powerful, or it'll weaken it, just like kryptonite. And then the overriding theme of kryptonite, what is that? It's when you're stressed. So think about that. So here's a question that Dr. Travis is posing, and I think he got this from one of his patients here. It says, how long should you be sitting before you get up and then move around? That's a great question. Okay, so we know that sitting is the new smoking. And just sitting 4 hours a day does the exact same thing to your spine and nervous system as what sugar does to your teeth. And what does sugar do to your teeth? Exactly. So these degenerative changes that occur in your spine, it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time, these postural stressors today can start to decay and wear down the spine. And we don't want that, right? Because your spine is your suit of armor. That's what protects those nerves and keeps those nerves flowing well throughout the body. That allows the health and healing through your nervous system. So how long should you sit? My best recommendation for every hour of sitting is that you get up and then you walk around for a minimum of 5 minutes. Now, Dr. Travis did a video that's gotten a lot of views, a lot of likes and shares, called the YWTL exercises. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out. And then in the resource box on the Pure Chiropractic tribe here, you need to be a member to access this. So if you're watching the replay, make sure you find out how to become a member and request to join. But he downloaded yesterday or uploaded a file for you called the YWTL exercises. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through those. That resource is there. You can look at that. But those exercises say do that for every 2 hours of sitting. So a couple strategies here. Number one is, I know on your computer, I think on your phone, you can download some apps that will actually freeze your computer screen, freeze your phone from use, so you actually have to take a break from it. How cool is that? Another thing is that I've been finding my patients have been slacking on their water. Well, how much water should you be getting in through the day? Do you know? Do you know how much water? Okay, that's right. Half of your body weight in ounces. I know people say 64 ounces, so 8 8-ounce glasses. It's kind of a general rule of thumb, but you specifically, you need half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you weigh 100 pounds. Simply, you need 50 ounces of water. And just know some of that water can come from vegetables that you might, or fruits that you might eat also. Okay. Um, let's see here. So make sure that you're staying hydrated. Why am I bringing this up right here? Is because when you are hydrated, you're drinking a lot throughout the day. That is actually going to force you to get up, and then you have to go to the restroom. So think about leveraging that. Not only is the water healthy for you, but also it's going to force you to get up. It's going to force you to take breaks and then use the restroom. Okay. So what other questions are we having here? So when it comes into nutrition, I get this all the time. Hey, doc, I thought fats were bad. You know, hey, should I get the low fat this, the low fat that, the no fat this, the no fat that? I want to let you know that those food products are probably very unhealthy for you. So I know I'm making a very blanket statement, but I'd have to see the label and what specifically we're talking about. But look, when they say low fat, when they say non-fat or no fat, that's generally not good for you. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but you require fat. For your cells to be healthy, you require fat. So what are some good sources of fat? Well, avocado oil, that's a great source of fat. Coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, those are all great sources of fat. So consider this too, is that people are saying, well, I'm cooking with extra virgin olive oil. I don't recommend that, because when you cook it, and I think the point is it's above 300 or something like that, I have to look, but that oil breaks down and now it becomes an oxidant to your body. You know, we talk about the good stuff as the antioxidant. It causes oxidation in your body. So you don't want to do that because it could be more harmful for you. But you can put it in like your salad dressing on your salads, other things like that. I love coconut oil. That's very good. You can even put some coconut oil in your coffee. If you're doing organic black coffee, put some coconut oil in there. Very good for the mental function. And then avocado oil is really great to cook in because it has a higher set point. I think you can cook up to 450, 475 with the avocado oil, and it'd still be healthy for you. Okay, so there's some ideas with that. A big one that I want to talk to you today about, and then if you mention being on this Facebook Live Q&A session here, you'll get an additional 20% off of your purchase. But the omega-3 fish oil is super healthy for your body. And it's an essential oil. I know you've been hearing a lot about essential and non-essential when it comes to businesses these days, but this is an essential nutrient to your body. And what that simply means is that your body cannot produce it on its own. So you must get it from external sources. And you're not going to eat enough flaxseed oil or drink enough flaxseed oil or take enough flaxseed oil or eat enough fish to get the amount you need on every single day. So you must supplement with this. And our brand, the one that I take, I give my family, I give our patients, what I recommend is Innate Choice. And you can get that with the A&D, and you can get it without. So if you already have a high quality vitamin D supplement, then you can get the omegas without the A&D added. Or if you are not taking vitamin D or vitamin A separately, then get the one omega-3 A&D is what I recommend. The brand is Innate Choice, and highly recommend it. High quality, it's pure, it does not contain any mercury, not even trace amounts to that, and it has built-in antioxidants. So, you know, if you ever taste any fish oil that is like a fishy taste, it's not good for you to begin with because it's gone rancid. It's oxidized. Okay, so this has some built-in antioxidants, some citrusy type flavor, so it's very good for you. And write this down. What do you need per day? So you need 3 to 4 grams of omega-3 fish oil per day. 3 to 4 grams. Okay, so write that down. That would be 3 to 4,000 milligrams. So I gave you some to-dos. So the to-do is get your water in, make sure that you're drinking enough. How much? Half of your body weight in ounces. Okay, when you use the restroom, the urine should be clear. Shouldn't be like the bright yellow. And then make sure that you're taking your omega-3 fish oil throughout the day. It's essential fats for your body. It's healthy, it gives you energy, clarity, but it also helps your immune system function better. So when your body is deficient in essential nutrients, you are more exposed to pathogens such as viruses out there. But when your body is more sufficient, now you have the fuel, the foundational building blocks for your body, so it can work like it was designed to work. Same thing with getting your water in on a regular basis. Same thing with like movement, as we're talking about moving. You know, what I do recommend also in the movement is that if you can stand, so if you have a sit to stand workstation, so definitely leverage that so you minimize the amounts sitting. Do you have to sit all day? No, you don't have to sit all day. Or do you have to stand all day or move? No, all day? No, you don't. But what we're trying to do is minimize the amount of time sitting throughout the day. So, and here's a note, is that people say, well, do I have to be perfect with this? I want to let you know, my perfectionist, you know who you are that I'm talking to out there, is the more you try to be perfect with everything that I'm saying, is that the more stressed out you're going to become. So you want to strive for progress, not perfection. Take where you're at, take the next step forward and keep building on it. Okay. So let's see. What else? What else here? So the emotional stress, people have been coming in, they've been craving hope, positivity, encouragement. People have been looking for this. So in the office over the last couple of weeks is that you've been finding that there's hearts being plastered all across the clinic. And if you've been in, and hopefully you have, you've contributed to this. But what I want you doing is writing down things that you're grateful for and things that are positive in your life. Tell me what's going great. I get it. You know, let's be real. Like these are stressful times for people. But there are things that you can be doing. There are things that you can be looking at and being aware of and being grateful for and slowing down. The emotion of gratitude is very healing in the body. So if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling lonely, here's my invitation. Reach out. Reach out and connect to me. Reach out, connect to the office. Reach out, connect to a loved one. Let's stay focused on the things that we're grateful for and start to move forward and not get stuck. You know, the feelings that you have, those are all normal. But what's not normal and what's not healthy is getting stuck into it and then going deeper into that pit. So one of the best ways that I know to help change this is to go do something good for somebody. Now you might be thinking, well, we have this, we're on lockdown, social distancing, how am I going to help? Well, financially, if you're able, there are food pantries and food banks that you can donate to. There are other charitable organizations that need your help. So consider reaching out. Consider going old school and writing a letter to somebody or a card. Think back to, you know, if you're still able to you know, communicate with your parent, you know, reach out, write a letter to your parent, thanking them for something that you're grateful that they did for you or who they were. If you have a child, write a note to them, letting them know how grateful you are to them. One of the things that I do for Kalista and Kyson, my children, is I write a note on a Post-it note or a postcard. I date it, and just give them some positive note for myself of, some encouragement, a great memory the other day. Hey, this was a really special moment. I appreciate my time together with you. So it doesn't have to be complicated. Write down 5 things throughout the day that you're grateful for. That's it. 5 things throughout the day. What's positive in your life right now? Tell me something. What's going right? Because there's a lot of things that may not be going our way. There may be a lot of uncertainties, but let's talk about what is going right. So that's one of the best ways that I know, and some of the best ways I know to help with this mental stress. And I hope that helps you. And if you're watching this on a replay, drop a line or tell me in the office of what these tips are doing for you. These are questions that my patients have that we're answering, and we're sharing information here, and together we're going to be stronger on the other side of all this. And this is a great opportunity to come together and join in to have a conversation. I know you have questions in between your visits. It's a great opportunity to spend some time asking those questions. All right. So here's let's see, what else is the next thing here? What about, people have been asking, should I consider bringing in family members? I have family members now that didn't have an opportunity to come into the practice before because of either our hours and their hours didn't mesh. Their work schedule was outside of our office, where they were working wasn't in the area and convenient. And I have to tell you, we are accepting new patients, and what an opportune time to bring in a family member for us to do a health and wellness assessment, go through a discovery process, find out any concerns, do some objective testing, do those stress scans, see how the nervous system is working, and then report back our findings so you have the most up-to-date information and that you're in the know, knowing that you're doing absolutely everything that you possibly can to help support their health and wellness. How cool is that? And we have a special in the month of May. The month of May is tomorrow, so right around the corner. So $19 special. That's the whole ball of wax there. So you get the consultation with the doctor, you get the nerve stress scans, you get the chiropractic examination, posture pictures, and x-rays if necessary. How cool is that? That's a $375 value just for $19 in the month of May. So consider that, or if you have a friend or loved one who is needlessly suffering during these times or wants to take control of their health, it's a great opportunity for them to come in. Plus, then we'll sit down and we'll give them the doctor's reported findings, report back to what we found, and then based on their goals, give best recommendations there. Hey, Francis, I really appreciate you tuning in. And let's just kind of check into what we say. I love it. Okay, so we try to limit it to an hour, and then again, it's about progress, not perfection. So we can always be setting alarms on our phones, those type of things too. But I get it. We get involved in a project, and especially when we're super passionate about this project, time can get away. So I totally get that. And again, progress, not perfection there. So thanks for tuning in. Glad to have you aboard here. So let's see, what other questions do we have coming in? We're always getting posture ones. We touched that early. Bringing in a loved one during this time that might be home. Absolutely. And here's the deal too, is maybe it's been a while since you've had your spine and nervous system checked. Maybe it's time. Maybe this is a great time for you to be looking at your health, where you're at, getting some objective data, going to see an expert that can help guide you towards your ultimate health and wellness, and then keep you on track. Because, Dr. Travis and I, we're here as your health coach also. We're here to support you. Your goals are our goals. And what I can tell you is that one of the biggest traits of successful people, however you define success out there, is that they have some sort of coach and they have some sort of accountability. So if you're looking for that, we're a great resource for you here. I'm very excited to announce coming next week. Stay tuned, but you'll start seeing the links and the emails coming out here very soon. But just putting a bow on the top of this, and we're going to be talking about bulletproofing your mindset. And specifically, it's a talk I love doing, and it's called Talking to Yourself is Not Crazy. So raise your hand if you talk to yourself. All right, if I look into this camera right here, I should see everybody raising their hand. Why do I say that? Because everybody talks to themselves. Here's the question, though. What are you saying to yourself? So we're going to go through this, and it's a 4-step method. During this webinar, you want to make sure that you make time for this and then join in on this conversation, because we are more stressed than ever before. And I'm going to show you the 4-step process to take control of your thoughts and take control of your life today, so that you're no longer a victim and that you can live in victory. So I'm very excited to be sharing that with you. And look for the details in the next few days with that coming. Okay, does anybody else have anything? If you have another question, go ahead and then add that to the comment box here. Great encouragement, Dr. Travis. All right, I know how encouraging you are to your patients, and that's right. We got your back, Francis. All right. If there's no other questions, we're going to go ahead and then wrap this up as another awesome, just content-packed, a lot of great inspiration and information here on this Q&A. Thanks for tuning in. The webinar is going to be awesome, so look forward to that. And remember, for you and your family's health and wellness, we've got your back. Now go make it a great day. Look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.